What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig. Today we're going to be taking a look at the charts. First, as always, the Dow Jones, then the DXY, then Bitcoin. And at the end of the video, we're going to take a look at Coinbase, Coin, the stock, and then we're going to take a look at BNB, which is Binance's chain. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to show you why I believe both of those could be in serious trouble. And as you guys know, I think most of all, if not all, altcoins are in very serious trouble. They're all making the same pattern, the big bubble pop pattern, right? So anyways, let's get into it. If you guys like these videos, make sure you scroll down, take a second out, smash those thumbs up, leave your comments down below if you enjoy the videos. Also share them if you belong to any groups or whatever. Get them out there. Let's take a look at what's going on. So the Dow Jones, as you guys know, this blue trend line right here, we're still teetering on and off it. Above it, we're bullish. Below it, we're bearish. I think the next time we get below this, it'll probably be a pretty swift downside. Now, if you look, I threw the fibs on here just on this swing high to this swing low. We got rejected right at the golden pocket zone. So if this is the rejection here, and then we can count 5 smaller waves off of this, we take our Fibonacci extension, go from that high down to this low, back to that high. The next target would be somewhere around 30,040 is what we'd be looking for. So we'll go ahead and put that down here. Somewhere in this area, right? That'd be a 1, 2, 3, and then we'll probably get a bounce there for, and then come down for a lower low. And then once we get in that range, we'll know what to look for. But as you can see in the RSI, still looking bearish. DXY, you guys know my big picture on DXY, still extremely bullish on the DXY. We're just going to look at this on a weekly because I want to make this video quick. As you guys know, I've been extremely busy, but I want to try to get these videos out to you. As you can see, we're bouncing off the green trend line, old support and resistance for years and years and years. I do think we're going to see something like this, like we seen back in the 80s. Big parabolic rise, possibly to 170, 180. Call me crazy. It's been playing out. I still believe it to be true. If you guys want to see my long-term 10-year look for Bitcoin, check out any of my previous videos. But anyways, let's get into the 4-hour. We talked about these levels yesterday. Same thing. I just threw some fibs on here from the swing high to the swing low right here. And we're getting rejected again at the 17,331. Remember, I said if we get above this and hold support, we could see that 17.6 range, which is the, again, golden pocket zone. But if we cannot, we'll probably come down to at least test the 17,085. If that breaks, continue down from there. Now, as you guys know, if you watch the channel, I'm big on the EMAs. Usually when this begins to cross here, we have a massive dump, right? This usually gets deflected when the 55 and the 200 cross like this. As you can see over here, same thing. 55 ran into the 200, major deflection. We could be seeing the same thing yet again. As we always see, not always, but most of the time. And as you guys know, my next measured move target is from the breakdown of this rising channel coming down to this low. Again, let's take a look at, so what we're looking at here is about 15.8. If we get down to the bottom trend line between 15.2 and 15, depending on how long it would take to get down here, once that breaks, looking for 14.5. Once that breaks, I look for that 12.5, possibly much, much lower. As you guys know, if you watch my videos, I'll show you my longer term targets here in a minute. But as you can see, the daily RSI, let's see how this daily RSI closes. We closed below this thin white trend line here yesterday. Remember, the RSI follows the body of the candle, not the wick. So until it closes, you can't validate it, right? So as of right now, we are above it, but let's see our daily close back below this 59.40 on the RSI, and we're most likely going to be headed back down to retest this bottom trend line. Looking at the big picture, right, this falling channel, we'll take a look at where that's at in there. Let me get the RSI off there so it doesn't confuse us. So looking at where we're at right now, we talked about this also yesterday, 55 EMA. We did get support on there. So what happens if we break this 17.5, 17.6 trend line? Then our next stop is again up at that 18.6 area. But I don't think we're going to get up that high. As you guys can see, this descending triangle here, our measured move off that between 75 and 8,500 is which Also, that's where I believe we'll see our false bottom. I think we'll see a rally off of that 75 to 8,500 area sometime in February or March, rallying into April or May, possibly back up to this 14,000 range, and then continuation down to our ultimate low at 35 to 4,500 sometime in September or October. Now, you'll see here, I drew this trend line off of this wick here, and if you follow it down, this gets us into September, October 2023, right down to that 35, 4,500 range. It would land on there perfectly. Now, let's take a look at the weekly. So this is what I see it looking like. Still in play here, guys. Nothing has changed. This is the weekly. Let me get these off here. Here's this little tiny pump you guys are getting super excited about. This is where FOMO is created. This is why people lose money. They've FOMO'd in on everyone. If you're looking for a long-term buy, wait for a macro reversal. This is not a macro reversal, right? I've showed you that in my Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart on the weekly. This is nothing, guys. There's nothing happening here. Nothing. You hear that? Nothing happening there. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. So see, this 55 EMA can work as a reversal too, right? But it's got a ways to go before it catches this 200 EMA, and then it may come down into here, middle or end of 2023, and then get our rejection. And this would be the reversal, right? You call it a rejection of these, but obviously it would be support for the price. So yeah, let me get that back off there. This is what I think it'll look like. We called all these targets perfectly, right? Remember this rising channel? I told you once we broke it, our target would be down here to the 25.6. Boom, nailed it. And then what we made was a little, and we called this ahead of time, guys. I'm not saying this after. We called this all way ahead of time. If this was 18,000, bam, nailed it. And then we made another one. The first target gets us to the rising broadening wedge right here, 15,000, 14,900, 14,800. That's the first target. But once that's broken, again, back to the 75 to 8,500 range, and then possibly a bounce back up sometime in February, or I'm sorry, this bounce up would be in April, May, and then back down. If you zoom out, nothing looks weird about that. What would look weird is this that everybody's talking about. Unlikely, right? Let's take a look at the monthly real quick, and then we'll get into the Coinbase and Binance charts. So monthly, still bearish, guys, unless we get above this monthly trend line on the RSI, still bearish. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out my sponsor, Prime XBT. They do not trade against you. Sorry, I don't have it up right now, but definitely check out Prime XBT. I have a link down below. They have a contest section. You can trade for free and win tradable money. Also, you can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margins. SAVVY25 gets you 25% off your fees. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, tons of stuff, all from one exchange. Definitely check them out, guys. And let's take a look at Coinbase. So this is Coinbase way back here. This isn't like I drew this afterwards. You can go back in the beginning of last year when it opened. We had these targets, right? I told you when this broke that 235 range, my target 888. Actually, it's not exactly 888, but if you take this measured move here from when we broke there, over a year ago, guys, over a year ago, we were expecting this. And it could actually go anywhere in this channel from about $2 to about $12. From $2 to $12 might be a good time to get in here if they don't go insolvent, disappear, or something else crazy happen, and it just goes to, back to a penny stock to nothing, right? But anyways, that's where I'm looking for possible buying point of Coinbase if it's not collapsing as a company, right? And this on the right is FTX, the FTT coin. This is on the right, BNB. Look at this right where we're at. I've been talking about this forever, and people can say spread your Binance FUD. What I'm doing is showing you what the charts say, guys. Nothing more, nothing less. The charts say BNB coin is in bad shape. I'm sure Binance uses that as a lot of collateral, right? You could say what you will, but it's a chain. It's different. It's a freaking coin that they copy and pasted, changed a little bit in the code off the Ethereum code, and called it BNB. And you know, just like every other altcoin, just a bunch of copy and pasted crap. What I do, I'm gonna rant a little bit right now. A lot of these crap coins, and being an influencer, you know that because you get the emails from all these absolute crap projects. They copy and paste stuff. They just pay for hype. They pay influencers. They pay people to get it out there. And then they dump on the people buying it, right? Some of them last a little longer. They keep paying more money in to keep the pumps going. But guys, most of these altcoins are absolute garbage. If you're playing with them to trade, that's fine. Trade them, make money. But if you're buying them thinking they're going to change the future and they're going to be this big, great thing, you're going to most likely be very disappointed. Sorry, guys, that was my phone. Anyways, right here is where we're at. You see FTT. We've been waiting for this. Boom. It does look like the drop is coming. Now, remember, after this was in September of 22 where it peaked above that, and it took all the way to, it took about 2 months till it really fell. So where are we looking for the fall here would be somewhere. Let me put a line in there. I'm just going to put a, what do we want to do here? Put a trend line in here, right? So somewhere this happened in September 22 to October, so about a month. Let's look for somewhere in February or March. We're going to put a trend line here. Somewhere in here is where I actually, let me make that dotted line, dashed line. Somewhere in this area will probably be falling and falling pretty harsh. So what it may look like, and it's not going to be exact, guys, just kind of going off what the chart is showing me. Where is my, here, something like this, right? And doomed. Anyways, guys, again, you know, I'm not saying I have any proof that they're insolvent or whatever, but what I am telling you is the charts are absolutely horrible for BNB, which is Binance's on-chain coin or whatever. Guys, have a great day. Be careful out there. Don't FOMO. We've seen people FOMO into this this whole way down, right? For absolutely no reason other than to continue losing money, right? Be careful out there. I will see you in the next video. Please leave your comments down below. Smash those thumbs up. Give me a follow on Twitter. It's @CryptoSavvy1. And join the free Discord if you choose to. It's down below. Also, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. That is also in the links down below. Take it easy, guys, and I'm out of here.